Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the HarlequinCoHO Invitational Tournament Grand Finals. This is between AFKNinja and ProPipe in a best-of-5. Winner will take home $150, second place will take home $75. And just a couple of quick announcements before we get started here. I wanted to explain there is no third-place match for this tournament. Basically, what happened was the players in the third-place round were not able to connect up with each other in the time allotted. So either a combination of time zone differences, other engagements, or what have you, they just were never able to play their game. So they forfeit that. I'll say that they both tied for third place. The money from third place I'm going to donate, but I will still be sending Zen magnets out to everybody. So, and another little piece of news, by the way, there was a large earthquake in Christchurch, New Zealand, which is where AFKNinja is from, and he had requested basically that I donate whatever he wins from this tournament, since he's going to win something, he is in the grand finals, to a charity, basically, to help take care of the after effects of that earthquake. So basically, whatever he wins in this tournament, plus what's left over from the third place game, I'm going to be donating to the New Zealand branch of the Red Cross, basically in his name and in support of the earthquake and that sort of thing. So if you're interested, I will have a link to that, but otherwise, let's go ahead and get this replay started here. So first up in the southern position here, you will see that we have AFKNinja opting to play first as his Blitzkrieg commander. He, of course, had the most points remaining from the previous round. And up here in the northern position, you can see we have ProPipe playing as his airborne commander. So both of these players going right into a pretty standard build order here. It looks like we have just a barracks going up for ProPipe, and we have a Wehrmacht quarters going up here for AFKNinja. So AFKNinja moving out with his Field Pioneers. Looks like he's getting a nice little slow start. Just going to go for his medium munitions point there. And up north, too, nothing too speedy going on here. So everybody just kind of going for a standard kind of opening here. So we'll have to see what kind of units get produced and that sort of thing here. So let's take a look around. Oh, and thank you very much, AFKNinja, for reminding me. You know what? I'm even going to just take a look at that for a second. So AFKNinja is reminding me, by the way, that I do have a new channel out there right now called HarlequinCasts, in case you missed it. And basically, I'll just pause it for a sec. I'm happy that these guys are talking about that. HarlequinCast is going to be my new channel where I will be doing all commentaries. So I left the name pretty generic so I can do whatever games I want. But for the time being, I'm looking at a lot of Dawn of War 2 stuff, but if I go back and do any Company of Heroes, anything like that, I will have all that stuff up there. So it's at the top of my channels list. Please click on through, check it out if you like what you see, subscribe, because pretty much that's going to be where I'm going to hang out from now on in. Oh, in other news, by the way, that also reminds me that in case you didn't know, you can just crack open replay files in a hex editor and make players say whatever you want. So if players are talking about the fact that they don't like your map choice or something like that, you can just make them give a plug for your new YouTube channel. It's kind of fun. You can even add players who aren't even in the game. Look, here I am saying hi. That's great. Anyhow, so a little bit of fun hex editing there in case anybody's into that. So anyhow, moving right along with this very serious replay. It looks like, honestly, both players are taking a nice, calm, conservative approach to the center of this map here. I deliberately picked Saint-Mer-du-Mont as the first map in this series because it tends to be kind of a slower, more kind of campy kind of game, and honestly it produces some pretty entertaining replays because you have a lot of intense fighting right here in the middle. So I just kind of wanted to see what both players would do in this kind of situation here, and then let them choose whatever maps they want from there on out. So as you can see, AFKNinja went and bought bargain Volks Grenadiers first, likely meaning he's got some venerable Volks. Yep, here they are right behind him, moving on into the center, and he's just kind of starting off with just kind of, you know, heavy hero related stuff here. So venerable Volks getting on into the building here, bargain Volks kind of moving around the corner, and a little bit of light skirmishing going on. We do have the Gladiator Rifleman out there right now for ProPipe, and it looks like he's just kind of backing off to these engineers. By the way, 20% capture speed, large health regeneration bonus on engineers, pretty standard stuff there. Meanwhile, we can see that AFKNinja's Pioneers here with the 16% health are just capping away, and he's capping away on both sides. So really, the name of this map always comes down to who can control the center the best. Already you can see AFKNinja trying to set up some barbed wire to help him kind of secure the middle a little bit more. These Gladiator Riflemen are going to be capping this fuel point. That's very important to control. There are very few fuel points on this map. There are 4 of them, so typically it's a 2-and-2 split, but if you're aggressive, you can get 3-and-1. And by the way, we do see a heavy machine gun team coming out for AFKNinja right now. 15% extra armor and 15% extra weapon damage. That is a serious early game machine gun there. Meanwhile, just a bunch more riflemen moving out for ProPipe. You can see 9% accuracy, 6% armor, and 30% sight range. trying to scare away these bargain Volksgrenadiers from that precious fuel depot. So we'll take a look around, see what else is going on. Meanwhile, the Pioneers in the center are dropping a few landmines. Always a good idea just to kind of booby-trap the hell out of this place, because the fighting tends to be incredibly furious there. And over on the left, we can still see that this fuel depot is being capped right now. So stuff is, you know, it's a slow start and kind of what I would expect for this game when there's a lot of money on the line. Both players want to win, so you don't see any way overly aggressive play or anything like that. And pretty much just moving on out, I expect a lot of heavy Volks from AFKNinja early game, medical bunkers, and then maybe some weapon support from ProPipe. We'll have to see where they're going to go with that. I really doubt either player is going to go for fast Pumas or for Greyhounds or anything like that, just because it's so easy to hide a bunch of anti-tank guns in this kind of an area here. So already, Gladiator Rifleman just kind of poking around the middle here. You know, nothing too amazing here at the start, but I think we have good board positioning for both players. So I'm kind of eager to see where this happens here. Again, these Gladiator Riflemen here are being really, really forward, trying to cut off AFKNinja's access to this side of the map. Maybe even going to back cap this one strategic point here. And now, meanwhile, we see that AFKNinja is really kind of starting to turn up the heat a little bit here. We've got some bargain Volksgrenadiers, Venerable Volks, and just a regular squad of Volks, all kind of standing out here. Unfortunately, these guys kind of have their backs facing the wrong way with the positional cover, taking a lot of damage, having to get out of there. But here we have it, the heavy machine gun team now kind of laying the hurt out there. So you can see these guys are very suppressed, having to back off. And hopefully we'll see one or both players with a forward barracks at some point in this game, because that can be amazing. Beautiful flank coming up right now by ProPipe, and oh, unfortunately, kind of taking the wind out of his flank right there. He just steps right on that landmine that we just saw AFKNinja put up there earlier. But just in time to get that heavy machine gun team out of there, you can see that he's immediately throwing this flamethrower engineer squad into this building right now. He's got plenty of range. Meanwhile, the rest of these riflemen are just kind of hanging on here. They're pretty wounded and kind of out in the open, honestly, but they're just kind of fighting away here. Flamethrower just getting enough reach to put a little bit of burn down on these guys here in the heavy cover. That's awesome. You see a few more landmines going up there. But honestly, I think at some point ProPipe is just going to have to get the heck on out of here. He is overexposed, but no! Check it out! With all of the riflemen and the engineers, he actually has a nice little pincer attack going on right now. AFKNinja is kind of stranded in the center of this area here in heavy cover. Flamethrower engineers certainly going to take some shots at them. Looks like kind of not really firing at them too quickly. They're getting some extra damage there. And a huge turn of events. AFKNinja completely driven out of the center. And even stepping on that one landmine. It's like AFKNinja has like a sixth sense for dropping landmines just in obscure places where everyone's going to hit them. Anyhow, you can already see ProPipe knows that even though he has control over the center for the time being, he won't forever, and so he's going to do the smart thing and just kind of mine it up a little bit. A little bit of extra fighting going on here, but it looks like the Gladiator Riflemen have taken enough of a beating for the time being and are retreating away. And the Volksgrenadiers just kind of pulling on up here. They are a little bit outnumbered, and we do see Browning automatic rifles on the field right now for ProPipe. I'm going to go ahead and swap on over to ProPipe's point of view. He tends to have a lot more early abilities, and we might see some more of those. So note the change in the minimap colors. Oh, look at that, and it looks like almost completely annihilated there. ProPipe, I believe, lost a squad of engineers and almost lost that entire rifleman squad. So that's not looking too good. Let's take a look at ProPipe's army for the time being here. We can see he's got 4 rifleman squads and 1 engineer, and, you know, that's okay. And just real quick, I want to see AFKNinja's army here as well. He's got 2 Hero Volk squads. He's got the Field Pioneers, 2 more Volks, 1 with a Browning automatic rifle, and a machine gun squad. So again, I'm going to swap back to ProPipe. Just keep an eye on his side of the battlefield for the time being here. I like to keep it even. I do enjoy that these guys have a Browning automatic rifle, though. That's kind of cool. A little bit of bargain Volksgrenadiers down here, grabbing this fuel point finally, and grabbing the northern fuel point. So this could potentially throw AFKNinja into the 3 versus 1 fuel point situation, which is always good for him at least. And we have a bunch more Browning automatic riflemen moving on out here on the right-hand side. So things are, it's anybody's game right now. I can't even make a single call right now. The score is effectively tied. Honestly, ProPipe pulled ahead a little bit there. It's been 500 to 450, but that's not too significant. This could go anyway. Oh, and just finding that landmine. I don't know how he was hanging out here for so long without bumping into that little landmine that ProPipe left there, but did a little bit of damage. Nothing too terrible, though. But this is always going to be a little bit more difficult for the player who has to come into the center right now with machine guns pointed at him. So AFKNinja definitely in a good position here. He has controlled the center, and now he's got machine guns placed around the sides of it. He's got a few landmines here to kind of guard himself against flanking maneuvers. You can see that very quickly ProPipe cut his way through that barbed wire. He didn't want to have to deal with that all game. That is a nice little backdoor anyways. And now just kind of a strong central control once again for AFKNinja. Looks like we've got some OBS planes flying overhead, just kind of keeping an eye out on the battlefield there. And I want to take a look around and see what else AFKNinja is doing here. So he does have a Krieg barracks up right now. I'd imagine that he's just got an anti-tank gun pumping out of there. Yes, it is. We do have a nice little pack down there. So he's definitely getting ready, but of course, if we look around ProPipe's base right now, we can see he just has a medic tent, and he put out the Browning automatic rifles. Browning automatic rifles should be a cue that you're not going to be seeing any sort of fast Greyhounds or anything like that, because that is a huge fuel consumption early game. Looks like we've got a little bit more firing going on. Oh, nice reaction time there. It looks like these Gladiator riflemen threw a hand grenade right into that building that had all of the Volksgrenadiers in it, but not wasting any time. AFKNinja just kind of bailed out of that building here. But still, a lot of firepower here on the outskirts. Definitely just kind of stalling by hanging out in this building here, but he's not really going to be doing any damage to ProPipe anytime soon. We can see that this anti-tank gun is now kind of crawling its way into the battlefield here. That's cool. That's cool. And let's see what else we got here. Okay, here comes our the medical bunker that we knew we'd get eventually. That's always going to make this this kind of stalemate effect draw out a little bit longer here, just because you know, the Axis player can be a little bit more loose with their infantry in the center, knowing that they'll get them back as grenadiers. It really accelerates you into the mid game. Boy, these guys are just taking a beating here. Look at that, just from random incidental fire from this Gladiator rifleman, almost completely picking off what I believe was a bargain Volksgrenadier squad. Yes, it was, because the venerable Volksgrenadiers are now moving on out, exchanging fire, trying their best to do some damage to these Gladiators, but Gladiators are really tough as nails. They just take so much damage. You can see decapping that fuel point, but then not wanting to risk losing any more squad members, just kind of getting the heck on out of there. Up here in the northern position, we do have the rifleman here from ProPipe, just kind of capping away. Nothing fancy. But definitely just, you know, being annoying. Passive-aggressive warfare, always important. Anyone who's watched my replays knows I always like to use that term to describe this kind of little, you know, playing footsie here on the outskirts of your opponent's base. Just kind of grabbing territory here and there. So, once again, we have an OBS plane moving through the center, just kind of, you know, keeping an eye on the battlefield. And here we go, the Gladiator riflemen now moving in, putting a little bit of pressure onto these venerable Volksgrenadiers, backed up by a second squad of riflemen with Browning automatic rifle, just firing away, and this is absolutely going to wreck these guys, getting on out of there with two dudes, perhaps. We do have infantry pillage activated, perhaps firing away in the center here is what he's focusing on there. Definitely nice to have Brownings, but he is really, ooh, look at that, even shooting all the medics down here in the south. He's really risking being completely cornered here. And it looks like, yes, we do have the double-pronged attack. And, oh, there was another attack up here on the north, but it looks like these guys were wrecked by a combination of landmines and focus fire. Walking dangerously close to this one landmine here. You can see that just charging on in there, really being bold. Looks like ProPipe. Oh, and there we have it, the landmine in the face. Once again, dropping his, oh, I was just going to say, dropping his flamethrower engineers in that building, but just in time to take a grenade to the face. However, he is still doing a great job. You can see that these really dogged riflemen here are just chasing after this anti-tank gun.